Yes, sir.
So Ajay, it's really heartening to see that you have ultimately made it. You made it one time before also. So Ajay, there'll be a whole lot of people who will be watching you and wanting to see you. And why I'm wanting the whole world to get to know your story is because of the number of times that you appeared, and I know how much effort you put in. So, Ajay, in nutshell, can you tell me what did you pass, in which attempt did you pass, and what did it take to pass to get recommended?
So actually, the CDS AFA attempt was my fifth attempt, in which I was recommended from 3 AFSB Gandhinagar. Prior to this, I had been recommended for CDS OTA in my third attempt. Uh, the the journey was like up, down, up, down. It's a roller coaster ride,
Right,
and at last, I got recommended the things I aspired for the most. That's Air Force flying.
right. So, Ajay, for the first 5 times, you could not make it. And then something happened with which you got through in the sixth attempt also, and this attempt, seventh attempt. Could you dwell upon where were you going wrong and what did you do? What changes you brought upon to make sure that
Yeah,
you got
actually,
recommended? Yeah.
so actually, the main problem was with the screening process.
Uh-huh.
I was not able to crack it uh, twice
Uh-huh.
there. After taking coaching, I went for my first SSB. There, I was conferenced out.
Where did you
Then,
get
after my grad,
where did you get the
I
coaching
got
from?
conference down.
Where did you get the
Gurudeva's
coaching?
Academy only.
Right. So you must amplify.
Gurudeva's Academy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I only joined Gurudeva's Academy for coaching.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Okay.
Basically, I went came only to Gurudeva's Academy, no else academy.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and then the first attempt I was conference out for technical entry scheme 10 plus 2.
Uh-huh.
Thereafter, after graduation, I again joined the academy, Gurudeva's Academy, and thereafter my journey of recommendation began.
Okay.
In November, I was recommended for my CDS OTA attempt,
November 2022.
and November 2022,
Yeah.
and now here in 2023 March, I was recommended for CDS AFA attempt.
Right. So now God wanted you to be flying, and that's why you had to wait for all this time. And it's a dream for
Yes.
any soldier to fly a fighter aircraft. Right. So, would you like to tell us what makes, how should people go about preparing for their PPDT? What clicks? What are the some of the salient points that one should keep in mind to make sure that they get selected and that they get recommended for the second stage?
Yeah. So, as far as I have analyzed with my peers' knowledge as well, uh, there was Sudeep sir, who was like master in screening
Right,
at Gurudeva's Academy itself. So I contacted him, and he has helped me a lot. Like there are many things which Gurudeva does it for you that if you pick up those, the screening is like sure shot.
right,
However, there are things which to be mentioned are properly observe the picture which we tell at Gurudeva.
right,
Observe what the picture is.
right,
Secondly, write a story which is reasonable and practical
right.
and which can be memorized under the format which is provided at the academy,
Okay,
Gurudeva.
okay,
And the third is that the at academy we are told that keep those things perfect which are in our hand,
right,
like selection of a theme on the picture is in our hand,
right.
writing story is in our hand,
But
narrating it is in our hand.
so, how does the expertise come in? I mean, to say that at the spur of the moment, कि अचानक आपको picture दिखलाई पड़ेगी, all of a sudden you will see a picture and you will start writing story. That is not possible. So how to be a master or a master story writer?
So the simple answer is practice. The more you practice, the more pictures you see, the more you discuss with the peers, which Academy provides. There are multiple candidates, and at one picture, one may have a theme, one other may have a different theme.
Right.
So we just learn through peers a lot rather than just preparing sitting at home.
So what I gather from
And
you is that you must practice a lot of story writing by seeing there are a whole lot of pictures available on internet and other and in various books. You must observe it clearly and you must write a number of stories and you must practice writing stories and memorize some of the stories so that at the spur of the moment there in the SSB you are able to write also properly and you are able to narrate also properly. Is that what you mean?
yes, yes, sir, definitely. The memorization part is the least look after part when we prepare for the SSB.
Right.
And when at Academy we go, they make the mentors make us memorize the story. That is the best part, I think.
Okay.
Because memorization is also a practice to be done, and it gets better with practice only. We cannot just give a good narration there without being practiced at the stage we are going before.
Right. So many of us many of us have stage fear. So if you keep memorizing in your before SSB and narrating it in front of your friends, then your stage fear will not be there and you will be able to narrate a simple, good, effective story. Okay, let us now go forward to, you have gone into the second stage, right? And in second stage, one of the first thing that comes to you is the psychology. That is the TAT, VAT, SRT, and the self-description. Tell me, how did you improve upon that?
Yes, sir. Like once I was conducting a class in Gurudeva, and you told the students that TAT is just 12 simple things you have to do and show the psychologists that you can do it in a very constructive, planned, and a reasonable way.
Right.
So TAT is all about extension of PPDT. You have to observe 12 pictures carefully with practice and with themes reasonable and practical. You have to do 12 different tasks.
Right.
The way you perform tasks is much more important.
Right. So basically what I infer from here that you practiced a lot of story writing. And because you practiced a lot of story writing, you were able to give sequential setup as to how the hero solved the problem. And then it has to be naturally in a group so that you look like a team man, isn't it? Isn't
Yes,
it?
sir, definitely.
So that takes care of the TAT. And we don't have to write stories on, I mean, we have to pick up stories around from our day-to-day life.
Right, sir.
Isn't it? Like widening of the
Yes,
road.
sir.
Like widening of the road. Like plantation of trees. Like teaching the slum children. And preferably, they should all be doable problems. Problems that can be handled by, isn't it?
Yes, sir, definitely.
The general myth is that if you write bada kahani, that you constructed a bridge. I mean, you can't construct a bridge, damn it. It costs you crores and crores and crores. So write small things in life which have been happening around you or you expect it to happen. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it's definitely correct, sir.
So how did you how did you take care of your VAT and SR? You get very little time.
Sir, yes, sir. The time factor can be controlled by practice itself. The more you practice within time limits, the better you become at writing sentences in time. To improve the quality of it, the same can be done, right? The more you practice, the more words you practice, you get used to words which are been coming, and you can frame the authentic response of your in that particular time, which can be best portray your personality to the psychologist.
Right,
This
right,
is only the way.
right, right. And SRT is also, I mean, come to think of it, all these VAT, SRT, and TAT all are related to each other. Do you agree with me or not?
Definitely, sir.
Like a story has a lot of words. So one of the word has been given to you and you are using it. So what's so great about it? And be positive in life. Write short
Yes.
sentences, isn't it? Then
Yes, sir, definitely.
what is a SRT? It's a combination of couple of words which creates a situation. और एक दफे सिचुएशन समझ में आ गया तो उसका छोटा सा एक सिंपल सा प्रैक्टिकल सा आंसर बनाना है. We have to be practical, we have to be simple, because although SRT gives you 30 seconds, but actually does it give you 30 seconds?
No, sir.
Almost
It
15
does
seconds.
not.
Almost 15 seconds goes in reading and understanding. And then comes your response, which has to be written in 15 seconds. Then only will you be able to go beyond a certain number. And I think time is still sufficient. How many SRTs did you write in your SSB?
So every time I completed all 60.
So that is all with training and with all practice. And there are a whole lot of SRTs available on the net, and WATs and words. Everything is available on the net, isn't it, Ajay?
Yes, sir, it is available. And but Academy also provides a PDF of SRTs.
That, of course, we provide.
That much. Yeah, that is almost covers ample amount of situations.
Right. और इसको हम लोग काफी अच्छी तरह एक्सप्लेन भी करते हैं कि क्यों कोई सिचुएशन अच्छा है, उसका आपका रिएक्शन अच्छा है. Why some of your reactions are good, some of your reactions are not that good. Right? Okay. So we have done all this. What would you suggest? How to go about preparation for the GTO? What did you do to improve your performance in the GTO?
So GTO was and the ground task, especially at Academy, was the best we can get. The simplistic way to explain how the helping material is used in covering the obstacles is amazing, just amazing. Other than that, the tasks which are held inside a room, like group discussions, group planning exercises, the Academy also provides the format, how to write it in short and crisp way,
Right.
explaining what your point is to the group testing officer.
Right.
And majority, the GTO's first task is around group discussion.
बहुत सही है.
Yeah, so sir, that is all about reading. And at the Academy, we used to get weekly news, monthly news.
But जो लोग सुन रहे हैं इसको, अगर आप तो एकेडमी में नहीं हैं, गुरुदेवा एकेडमी में, आप न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ें, आप जाने कि संसार में क्या हो रहा है. What are the government's schemes? And if you talk rationally, but ग्रुप डिस्कशन सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं. ग्रुप डिस्कशन में ये भी है कि
Yes,
आप
sir.
सुने भी, खाली बोले नहीं. What do you say? आपको a good leader is a good.
Rightly, sir, because listener as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and like group discussion, a general myth is like we have to speak. We have to
Right.
speak a lot.
Right.
But in all my attempts, I have understood that it's not only speaking.
Okay.
It's about listening. Let others also speak, giving chances. Please, you speak.
Right.
Pulling up the group member who is not able to put his point.
You're right. You're right.
There is a selection of a commander, a leader, not a speaker.
How well you have put it. How well you have put it.
Yeah.
That we are selecting leaders, those who will listen, जो सुनेंगे भी और सुनाएंगे भी. Or if somebody is going wrong or somebody is going slightly away from the topic, decently उनको बोल करके रास्ते पर ले भी आना, isn't it? And then उसको
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. And the GTO task, one thing is that a leader will be easily spotted if he or she can make group one single entity, whether
Okay.
it is group discussion, whether it is group planning exercise, whether it is GTO task.
Okay.
One who can make group arrive at a consensus, not his point, but the point which is best suited for the group.
I totally agree with
That person
you. Yeah.
is definitely seen as a leader.
और दो चार और बातें कि आप अपना जीटीओ अगर अच्छा करना है तो आपका भाग दौड़ अच्छा होना चाहिए. You should exercise so that you know you can use your limbs. ग्रुप डिस्कशन के लिए आपका जनरल अवेयरनेस अच्छा होना चाहिए. इसके लिए खूब पढ़िए. राइट. उसके बाद दोनों ग्रुप डिस्कशन के बाद ग्रुप प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज होता है. ग्रुप एक्सरसाइज प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज में ध्यान लगाइए कि जो रिसोर्सेज हैं आपके उसको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग के लिए कैसे कैसे किया जाएगा. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
And
sir.
then is snake race and your half group task and full group task. And so ये सारे टास्क, चाहे वो हाफ ग्रुप टास्क हो, चाहे वो प्रोग्रेसिव ग्रुप टास्क हो, चाहे फुल ग्रुप टास्क हो या कमांड टास्क, बेसिक बात ये है कि आपको ऑब्स्टिकल्स को हैंडलिंग करना. यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू यूटिलाइज द रिसोर्सेज दैट यू हैव and how can you extend your plank in such a manner that somebody can walk on it and reach the obstacle easily, or if make it less than 4 feet, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But बहुत
Definitely.
लोगों का ये सोचना है कि जो सबसे ज्यादा चिल्लाएगा या सबसे ज्यादा बोलेगा या सबसे ज्यादा आइडिया देगा, तो क्या ये सही है अजय कि सिर्फ आप ही अपने आइडिया देते रहें?
No, sir. Actually, not only about me. I have also observed people who got recommended in my group.
Okay.
They were not the dominators. They were not कि मेरा ही चलेगा.
Right.
They were like, yeah, I have an idea.
Right.
If somebody has better idea than this, please come forward.
Go ahead. I mean, that is one great thing about any leader. Always remember that we are selecting leaders. We know whether you can carry a team, whether you can be a part of a team. Isn't it, Ajay?
Definitely. One more incident from this 3FSB GTO.
Okay.
I gave an idea, but it was little riskier.
Okay.
One of our group member who was little quieter, he had a better idea, and I got to know कि his idea is better than me.
So how did you get to know? How did you get to know? How did you get to know?
He was just standing beside me, and he was trying to put the point.
And you read it.
And no one was listening. Yeah, I listened to it. Right? Yeah, this idea is fantastic. So I said, group, the idea given by this chess member is very much better than mine idea. Let's get into it. And I sent that person forward to implement that idea. And our group was able to move.
I really compliment you. And I today declare that you will be a very senior officer. That is very correct, because you do not know that a guy who's not speaking may also have some great idea. And a good leader is not only one who forces his ideas, he also evaluates others' ideas. Sometimes दोनों आइडिया को मिला के करो, या अगर उसकी आइडिया अच्छी है, आपने उसकी तारीफ की, तो आप छोटे नहीं हो जाएंगे. You will not become small.
Not at all.
Your greatness is you are motivating one of your team member. And if you are a good motivator here, you will be a good motivator in the unit also. And people will be free to give you ideas, and the unit will do better, isn't it?
Yes, sir. And what happened thereafter is he became a very good friend of mine, because I gave him some attention of group, and then group got to know that he definitely has some better ideas than us.
Right. So spotting a talent is also the job of a good leader. Spotting the talent means, though he was mumbling, वो धीरे धीरे बोल रहा था, लेकिन आपने पकड़ लिया कि नहीं, ये सही कह रहा है, ये बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है, और आपने उसको पब्लिक किया उस आइडिया को, बिना ये सोचे हुए, विदाउट यू थिंकिंग कि तब मेरा क्या हो. मेरा कुछ भी नहीं होता, एक टीम में एक टीम का जीत होता है. There is nothing individual. Right. So fantastic work done, Ajay. I'm so proud of you. And that is why, though you are going in your seventh attempt, God has made you a better person and you have not given up. That is one of the greatness. Lastly, I would like to know about your interview, how to prepare for interview. Please understand, tell people how did we do certain things and what will be your suggestion, because I passed out of SSB in 1973, which is 50 years back. You have passed in 2023. You are the latest and people will understand. So give your ideas how to prepare for interview, and if you have any anecdote also.
Yes, sir. Like, firstly, I'll talk about the process which is at Academy. Like, they make us introspect ourselves about various questions, which are like routine questions in SSB, and make us write the thing. This exercise is done because not everybody has same level of proficiency in English speaking, so that they can convey their point like better to the IO and not convey other things, because language matters in interview.
I understand.
And the the process at Academy is like good, the way interviews are conducted. However, when we interview is only part which is the most dynamic part.
Yeah.
You cannot prepare it fully,
You can't.
come what may.
I agree with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And then after getting two recommendations and also getting a conference out, I have seen the single most difference is the liveliness which is in the person. Like, the more lively you are, the more confident you look.
Right, right.
This is the single most thing. And there is no substitute to presence of mind in the interview.
That is also all right. So that means that you must pick up couple of friends, couple of people. Like you must be knowing, and you have conducted also interviews in the academy, that minimum 2 to 3 interviews we give. Whereas I have been told that boys who are going at other places, they are just being interviewed. But the difference here is, first of all, we prepare you for interview. Then we tell you how to become better in interview. Then we conduct your interview. And we point out not only what you are speaking, but how you are speaking. And what the best person is one who will sit down and make 100 ancillary questions. कि अगर मैं ये बोलूंगा तो और क्या क्या पूछा जा सकता है, आपके मार्क्स कम क्यों हैं, आपके क्या गेम खेला, आपने खाली गेम खेला, but you must know certain things about the game, isn't it? And you must read
Yes,
a
sir.
lot. You must read a lot. Okay. So your
Yes, sir.
interview also went well. Your most of the
There was one more thing, sir, about
yeah.
the presence of mind question.
Okay.
Like, in this AFSB, like, every time, I don't know why, I was always been interviewed by president of the board.
Okay.
And yeah, this time also the 3AFSB president, Air Commodore S. Vaishnavi sir, was conducting my interview.
Okay.
So, like, one question I remember still, like, he asked, like, you have been recommended for OTA recently, and the course is now in April. So, why are you here? So, I told him that unfortunately, due to some reason, I'm not able to join it.
Right.
Right. Then he asked, what if you also not get recommended from here?
Right.
What will you do? What is your aim in life?
Right. Right.
Like, this is the question, like, it cannot be prepared. It was like sudden question from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought for 2 seconds, and then I replied, sir, the aim has always been the same:
Right.
to serve, to fly, to enjoy.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So which brings me to one thing, Ajay, that it is not important that the moment question is short, you straightway answer it. Take your time. Absorb the question, समझिए क्वेश्चन को, और समझने के बाद एक समझदारी के आंसर दीजिए, and don't act, because the guy sitting across you is a very, very senior officer, and that also is a very trained officer. So people think that मैं झांसा दे दूंगा, कोई मैं सिन्हा सर ने जो पॉइंट बोल दिया वो बोल दूंगा. सिन्हा सर की पॉइंट नहीं चलेगी. सिन्हा सर कोई पॉइंट के बदले में आप अपने को खूब अच्छी तरह समझिए और जानिए कि क्या क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं. Learn to understand what questions can be asked. You become your own interviewer. Right. So, I think our recording has gone very long, and I once again compliment you on behalf of Gurudevas Academy. And as the tradition is, you must come with your mother so that we can talk to both of you, and then you can talk to the students. I wish you a very, very happy flying. I wish you to be flying initially, maybe Rafale, and later on switch over to AMCA. I want you to serve the nation, Ajay. Very proud of you, Ajay. Very proud of you, the way you came at Gurudevas Academy. At that time only we were telling that there is no question of Ajay Nimbalkar not making it. You have done your parents proud. You have done Gurudevas Academy at Pune very, 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 very proud. You've done your college proud. And I'm sure in times to come, you'll make the nation very proud, Ajay. God bless you. Please pay my regards to your
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, Beta.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.